So I tried gluing two of them together last night, which I did not record because, well, because of things, you know. But this really makes a much better material. It's much sturdier, and you can just tell, and it's kind of not weighty, but a bit more sturdy. The only problem is that it has warped quite a bit. I will try to do the Eric Hobby Workshop trick of putting some glue on the backside as well, so it will sort of warp back again. But I don't know how much that will work. But I want to say that to a certain extent you will have to accept warp when you work with the cardboard like this. I've done it a few times before, and there will always be imperfections. No problem, no matter what. But it's kind of fine as long as you're fine with that, and as long as you accept that and you just work with it rather than against it. But I said I will just smear some glue here on the backside and see what happens. And for the rest of the bunch I will try to add even more weights and wait even longer before I remove them and see if I can get some straight ones. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. When I build stuff upon them, I will glue them down, and things will kind of solve themselves along the way, I hope. So let's get gluing here, you know, first on this one and also on these ones. Actually, I will show you first how I did this one, because it's kind of simple. As we talked about earlier, make sure that you get the bulge in the middle, and then you just put some glue on there. You don't have to be too precise. Yes, there we go. The important thing is to get all to the edges. This is just fine. I'm not a firm believer of like precision measures. And this is the key. Then you take some water into your brush, and then you brush it to the correct place. Make sure to cover all the edges. This is probably the most important thing. Like this. Compared to painting miniatures, this is really nice to be this imprecise, like so. And did we have the bulge in the right way? I don't know. Here we go, a nice sandwich, making sure that it is proper square, like this. And then you take something hefty, which is not a problem to find if you're in the shed. I prefer to take a few wooden pieces, or one piece is actually better. Make sure it's square. And then you take something hefty, like a bucket of paint. Or if you feel uncertain, make it two. And this will have to be there for quite a while now. And meanwhile, we'll just, you know, wait, and then we will do the Eric Hobby Workshop trick here of applying glue on the backside of things. And I suppose I put no weights on here because the point is that it will warp in the correct direction, hopefully. Otherwise, we see. I still have one of these pieces to go, so if this one totally fails, or anyone else for that matter, I'll just make a new one. And I mean, it's cardboard. It takes minutes to make one. Let's see what happens. In reality, there has now been a sort of time lapse, and well, I think these are ready to have a look at. So let's remove the hefty weights. Sorry for blocking the view there. And these boards. Whenever I do stuff like this, actually let me remove these as well. The boards. Whenever you glue something like this, it's important to have something that spreads the weight evenly, because when you put your hefty things on there, otherwise you might get a warp around the edges, bending up like that, and you do not want that. So you have to have something flat that will keep the pressure on there. Awesome. This is actually rather perfect. Much sturdier, and yeah, it's a good tile. And now we got all 4 of them. But I will keep them there for a while. They're done now. But I will be going away for a couple of days, so I'll just keep them underneath here, because the first one that I did, it was also looking really good when I first removed the weights, and then it warped up when I left it out of there. So I will just reapply the weights and go away for a couple of days, and when I get back I hope it's flat, and it will stay flat. But speaking of this first one, I did try the Hobby Workshop trick of applying PVA glue to the backside, and yeah, it really worked. You can look at it now. It didn't work too well, because it was warped the other way around first. I applied PVA glue on this side. It didn't seem like anything happened, so I put it out in the sun for a while. But it seemed like when it actually really dried, it just, you know, bent the whole thing backwards. But I will keep it this way, because I fear when I build stuff on here, it will include glue as well. So I suppose it will sort of even out in the end. And if it doesn't, we just press it into form or do a new one, because, well, you know, it's 2 pieces of cardboard. I can redo that whenever I want to. But I will reapply the hefty weights and call it a day, or call it an episode, which I will dub the tiles. This one is called the tiles, yes. And the next one will be about these ones. Which I suppose will be called volume, because that, I think, is the next step. Yeah, let's do that. See you in the next one.